Hello friends, this video on biomolecules part 13 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. And the importance of Let's see the importance of carbohydrates in our day-to-day life. The first important and the major is the food. The food we eat, we need 4 courses of meal daily, breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinner. It's all carbohydrates. Without food we can't survive. Without carbohydrates we can't survive. The next important is it is used as storage material as starch in the plants and glycogen in the animals. So storage material is also carbohydrate. It is the cell wall of the bacterian plant is all made of cellulose. The cell wall is made of cellulose. It is used to make furniture. The wood you see is nothing but a carbohydrate. The paper, the carbohydrates is used to prepare paper. The cotton textile is all carbohydrate. The cotton is all carbohydrates. Right? So it's 90% cellulose. In medicines, a lot of carbohydrates are used. It is also used in breweries to make beers and all these drinks. So carbohydrates has a lot of importance in our day-to-day life. Let's take some numericals on carbohydrates now. The question is glucose or sucrose are water soluble, but cyclohexane or benzene is insoluble in water. Explain. Let's first draw the structure of these. Just to save time, I have these structures now. So this is my glucose. This is my sucrose. This is my cyclohexane. And this we all know is benzene. Now if you see, for a compound to be water soluble, what we look for? We look for hydrogen bonding with water, because if there is a water molecule here floating around, slightly positive, slightly negative, slightly positive, there has to be something which will bind with this water. So now if you see, this glucose has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 OH bond, and these OH bond can easily form a hydrogen bond with the water. Sucrose has how many? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sucrose has 8 OH bond, and these OH bond can also form hydrogen bond with water. But these cyclohexane, there is no OH, benzene, there is no OH. There is no provision of hydrogen bond. Thus, these are water soluble because they have provision of hydrogen bond with water. These two are water insoluble because they don't have any provision for hydrogen bond with the water. Correct. Let's take another example. The question is, what are the expected product of hydrolysis of lactose? See, if you see, the lactose is made by galactose and glucose with a glycosidic bondage here. So obviously if you do a hydrolysis, you will get what? You will get this beta D glucose and beta D galactose out. Pretty easy question. Let's take one more example. We have to explain the absence of aldehyde group. How do you explain the absence of aldehyde group in the pentaacetate of D-glucose? So here if you see, if you react D-glucose with if you see D-glucose and if you react with hydroxyalamine, that is NH2OH, it gives you oxime. And why? Because this is all aqueous medium. In aqueous medium, what happens is the cyclic structure of glucose breaks to open structure, and thus you get free aldehyde. See, whatever cyclic structure we have with glucose, that breaks into open structure. This is what you get when you put this glucose in water, open structure. So now when you react with this NH2OH, what you get is this compound. That means reaction happens. Okay, this is oxime. Correct. But in case of pentaacetate, this doesn't happen. because pentaacetate doesn't form open structure in water. Please notice a very critical concept. Glucose, when you dissolve in water, it forms a straight structure, chain structure. In the dry state, it is a cyclic structure, but when it is in the aqueous medium, the cyclic structure breaks and it forms an open structure. Correct? So this is pentaacetate of D-glucose, that is this compound. This is my pentaacetate of D-glucose. Now this ring, even in aqueous medium, will not break. Since this ring will not break, the cyclic structure will not break, there is no free aldehyde or ketone. So it will not react with NH2OH. And this explains the absence of aldehyde groups in pentaacid of D-glucose. So if you want to see whether it has aldehyde group or not, you react a compound with hydroxyalumin. So in this case, if you take this pentaacid of D-glucose, you react with NH2OH, there will not be any reaction, the enzyme won't be formed. And this proves that there is no free aldehyde group in the pentaacid of D-glucose even in aqueous medium. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch more videos, attempt free online tests, get free study materials, find tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.